In this video I'm going to show you how to take apart or field strip the Norinco M14s. S stands for Sporter. It's a semi-auto version only. All you need is the supplied gas wrench, and the also serves as a cleaning rod handle. First thing you want to do, make sure it's not loaded, so take out that magazine and check the chamber, which is definitely clear. First thing I like to do is take off the gas tube nuts. The wrench works just handy for that. It's usually on pretty tight. It should be on tight. Screw it out. Which will reveal the gas piston. Tilt at an angle. Now I'll just flip it over onto its back side like that, and grab your tool, and use the little cleaning rod attachment. Goes right over its trigger guard hold. It's great for leverage. It's usually on pretty tight. Hard to do with your just bare hands. Once that's unlocked, it'll slide right out. That's the whole trigger mechanism right there. Put that aside. Lift the stock straight up, and away it comes right off. Next thing, you want to remove the op rod spring and op rod spring guide. So just push down on the guide like this, and move the pin out. It's unlocked. It will come up, and then you can just pull it right out of the op rod. Let's put that aside. Moving the rifle on its side like this, move the op rod right to the service notch. That notch will allow the op rod to come out, because the guy keeps it in place up until that point. Usually you just push up and out. It's kind of tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, pull it all the way back while it's out of the guide, and it will come right off, just like that. The bolt, move it all the way forward, and instead of locking it in place, just push it up, come right out. That aside too. And that is it for the field strip. You have your bare receiver, you can clean it out nice. You have your gas tube assembly, gas lock, you should make sure it's tight, not loose like this. As tight as it goes, that means it needs a couple shims right there. The tighter, the less gas leakage you get. This one leaks quite a bit. When I first shot it, there was residue all over the place, but functioned fine, so I guess that's Norinco quality for you. That's about it. So I'm going to show you how to reassemble it. Just to point out some parts, you have your trigger housing group, and your gas nuts, bolt, piston, op rod guide, op rod, and op rod spring. So I like to always put in the piston first, because it's got a notch in it when it goes in one way. It's really hard to do that with the stock on and the op rod in place. So let's check out the bottom. You can see the notch is flat towards the top, so we'll just adjust that accordingly. Slide it in. Come right up like that. That in place. Put your nut back on. Now with your tool, just give the a little bit of a snug on. Tighten it harder when you get the rifle fully assembled. So it kind of goes in reverse order. And the trickiest part of this is getting the bolt back in. It tends to go at an angle and hold it up like this. So you sort of slide it. Make sure that it's flat with this groove here, the bolt. And you know you've done it right. So all the way back. Op rod goes in next. So slide it into the guide right there. And then on the receiver end, just make sure the cam on the bolt goes inside the op rod bolt notch. And once it's in there, make sure you align it with that notch I showed you. Just push it down. Put it into battery, flip it on its backside again. We're going to put in an op rod spring and guide. The spring just goes right into the op rod. And the guide is flat end is down. So just put it on the end of the spring and use two hands and compress it in there. Make sure that pin's all the way out. And we'll push it down, push the pin back in, and let it go. Next up, just put the stock back in. Really straightforward. This little notch here, you know, want the stock to fit in it, just like that. And with that in place, it should just slide straight down. With it down, just make sure the stock's fully in. There's no gap. Just make it nice and tight. And the trigger housing group has a notch right here on the side. That slides right into that notch right there. As long as you know that, you'll get it back in very easily. So with the trigger guard up, just slide the notch in, go straight down, and then you can just snap it in with your finger. And works just dandy. Thanks.